Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. How to overcome fear. This was actually a topic that one of my viewers brought up, and I will read you what her question was, which led me to actually do a proper segment on this versus just throwing it on the Ava series. I thought that this actually is a good topic to just kind of cover on several bases. So we will get into that. You don't want to miss this video because from time to time we all go through some sort of fear, and I'll kind of give you a rundown on what that is and how to actually overcome it, how to reprogram your subconscious mind, that kind of stuff. Before we get into the intro here, I'm just going to give you one of the questions that I received from my viewer. And she mentions, "Hello Vanilla, thank you for your reading." This was, I guess, one of the comments that she made in my reading. "I have a question. How can we get over the fear that our twin flame can be cheating on us? How to detach from all of this?" So this will be one of the topics that I will cover in this segment regarding how to overcome fear. So before we actually begin on this topic, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. I have a lot of content in this channel. You may want to check out my other playlist for many things that I offer, as well as if you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website. I just want to quickly add that I did throw a contest draw for somebody that wants to get a free coaching session from me, and the winner was Veronica Isles. Congratulations. That's the most sold service that I have, and this month, June, it marks my 6th year anniversary of meeting my twin flame, and basically my entire life changed forever. I don't think that I would be able to undo the last 6 years and what has happened. It's been quite a journey, and yeah, it's different. We chose certain things before we we incarnated, and living this experience was one of it. Was it exciting? Some moments were, and some moments were not so much, and I think that all of you will resonate with that. But do I regret ever meeting him? I think I would have regretted not meeting him. So this is what I will have to say. He is somebody that is more than precious to me, so more than dear life, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's been quite the journey, and yes, meeting him was something that I really, really wanted to do before I even knew that he even existed. I kind of knew all along that there was somebody out there for me, and then I gave up. And I'm glad that somehow I didn't give up, because yeah, it's been quite the journey. And he is an amazing twin flame. He will occasionally, I do mention to you guys about that. So I'm blessed that he's my twin flame and not anybody else. So yeah, you know, he's an amazing guy, and I'm glad that you know, I got to know him. So this topic that we have is how to overcome fear. Like I said, this was one of my readers and viewers' request. And I think that we all go through this from time to time, and hers was very specific regarding a relationship. She was talking about her twin flame, and she wanted to know how you can overcome the fear of you know, your twin flame cheating on you. And I think that we all can resonate with that, because at some point in our lives, you know, we've kind of come across that. And I won't lie to you, I have too. In the last 6 months, let's just say the last few months, it's been very strong. I have been in contact with my twin flame a little bit. I don't want to go too much into details on what that is. Has things changed? Not really. We're still in separation. But yeah, it's just because I think that we are heavily in, you know, contact, not so much on his side. He's still, you know, in 3D, not been in contact, but in 5D he has been. But yeah, I've been actually in contact with him in 3D. So so there's been little things that have happened, and because, you know, we are so well connected in every sense of way. I feel that he senses some of my fears and doubts and those kind of things. So this may differ for everybody, just because my connection with him is, again, this way. Maybe it's not the same with you guys, with your twin flame, but whenever I have in the last few months had this fear of, you know, if there's somebody else in his life, you know, that kind of stuff, which has crept, you know, to me, he has come twice in my dream to validate that he doesn't have anybody and he's single, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't know how that is like with you guys, with your twin flame, but yeah, he's been very, very particular about conveying that. The first one that happened to me was in February of this year, where I was, there was a couple of things that was happening. I was feeling his energy. I felt that he was working too much. He does work a lot. And I felt like that he wasn't taking care of his energy and himself too much. He was just overworked. And so yeah, he decided to come into my dream. I think I've mentioned it in some other videos. And you know, he mentioned that he's gonna recalibrate his energy, try to, you know, build his heart rate, going to the gym, you know, that kind of stuff. Just, you know, I don't know what the situation is, but I guess this is what he said. And then he also mentioned and reassured to me that he's single. And during that time I was getting sick with worry. So those were some of the things that was happening. And that was just a nice validation to get from him. And then there was another time in April when I felt, and I was a little paranoid. And, you know, he came in my dream again. And this time, not that he has time to go on a jacuzzi party, but he was in a jacuzzi tub with a bunch of people. And there was this chick that decided to come on to him and hit on him. And he didn't like it, so he decided to get up and leave. So those are some of the things that has happened to me, where he's validated, you know, that he's, you know, he's not interested in anybody. So that could be something that you guys can pay attention to, is your dream messages, especially if you are that connected to him or your twin flame or her, you know, in that sense, like the way that I am, right? So because that would be another way of just getting some sort of assurance, right? I also want to add that if this is a fear that you guys are getting. Do pay attention to the signs and things as well, because those will kind of give you a very, very good idea that you guys are going to see the end result of whatever you are seeing signs and things of, right? So the journey always teaches you to have the faith, the trusting the process, and having that the belief that this is going to actually work out in whichever way that it's supposed to, right, for your highest and greatest good. So the best thing to do is to just kind of surrender to your higher self, God, the universe, whoever is the higher divine that you believe in, and just allow things to just kind of happen for everybody's goods, right? Whatever that is, for everybody involved and for their highest and greatest good. I don't want to discredit the fact that if some of you are feeling that they are with somebody, then could be that they are, and you just have to trust any of the divine guidance that you get. In my case, I knew that he was not seeing anybody, he's single, that kind of stuff. I've never really ever doubted this whole process when it comes to him and his faithfulness. That's Archangel Michael. I don't know if you can hear that. Thank you so much. So I've never ever doubted that process of how committed he is to his work, or he's just focused on his work, and I do know that how much he feels about me. It's very, very obvious. So I've never doubted that, but of course that little fear here and there will show up, and they will take the better of you sometimes. And if that is the case, you have to just kind of trust that all is well, that kind of stuff. And in my case, definitely he had to step in, his higher self had to step in and come in my dream and validate it. And that was really big for me. I really, really appreciated it. I appreciate him. I think he's an amazing person, to begin with. So for him to just come in, because I was going crazy during that time. So, that's, and I can truly understand some of the issues that you guys go through, because I'm no different. I'm a human being, and I go through the same issues as well. So yeah, you pay attention to your dreams, definitely pay attention to your signs and things. I do want to mention that, we will dive into other areas of fear here, but I just wanted to tell you guys very quickly before I actually get into it that this was, just the latest thing that I encountered with my connection. Fear comes in many ways. It can come in the matters of money. It can come in the matters of health. It can come into the matters of other relationships, not just your, beloved. And, how do you actually overcome this? First thing that I want to mention is that this is again straight from the law of attraction, and even in the twin flame community, you must have heard that everything that is happening on the outer reality is actually an inner situation that's going within you. So which means that everything has a mirror effect, right? You have to kind of go within, and this is why it's so personalized. And a lot of law of attraction coaches, and they will talk about how to overcome it, but again, it's also that going inwards with your situation to just see what is making you feel this way. So it is and you cannot actually use the same principles, like one remedy is going to fix everything, like one size fits all kind of thing. One remedy that's fixing everybody's problem. That's not the case, because it's very individualized. But having said that, this is the number one thing that you have to write down or jot or make a mental note of, is that everything that's happening in your outer reality is a mirror effect of what is happening inside you. So having said that, what does that look like? What is happening inside you that you need to fix? This is the cake of the topic, and that is trauma. Trauma is one of the things. It could be your childhood trauma, and your childhood trauma is something that you will never ever know, hardly ever, and some people do. That's fine if you do remember some of your traumas. You need to understand that as a child, everything is magnified in and amplified in a very huge way. What you will perceive as an adult is not how a child will perceive things. So it could be many things that can happen in a childhood. A lot of times as you're growing up, it could be just your parents, your siblings that are, just kind of making you feel like you are not worthy, that you don't deserve, you're not good enough. And this, I think, is the biggest cake of it all when it comes to, childhood trauma from subconscious level while you're growing up. Because as a child, you will not understand that this is happening to you, but as an adult, it has a very, very strong effect. And I think that this is the biggest one. So the biggest one is you not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy or deserving. These are the cake of it. And from that, everything else branches. So pay attention to that part, and you have to go inward and figure out how this is the case. And then you have to kind of reprogram your subconscious mind. And I'll actually give you guys some tip on how to do that in a little bit later in the video. I just want to cover this part here. It all derives from having limited beliefs. So these three things that I've mentioned, being not good enough, not feeling worthy, and not feeling deserving, it actually derives from your limited beliefs. So limited belief is the thing that you need to work on. And it's something that I have been working on myself. So I know what I'm saying when it's like, it took me 6 years to actually get into the cream of why this is happening. So and of course, everything that's happening to you on your outer reality is going to mirror that, right? It could also be past life trauma. I don't want to discredit that, because a lot of times past life trauma also has something to do with it, right? And then you have a lot of it is also fear-based that later on comes as being self-imposed, meaning that you are, you have all these subconscious stuff that's in the background, and then you also form some self-imposed, limited beliefs as well, based on the bottom of the cream trauma that you've got going, right? So and the self-imposed is very, very simple. You're not believing on what is being shown to you, not trusting the process. You are doubting, your whatever is happening, the the lessons, the journey, and your connection, all that stuff will kind of be all there, self-imposed, because you've got all these limited beliefs that are overriding it. And that's the cake of it, if this makes sense. Like I said, I've done a lot of healing, a lot of research, and a lot of inward trying to figure out my own issues here, what's going on. And I want to say that this is ruling it. So yeah, self-imposed situation will come from time to time with everybody, I believe. And this is something that you can reprogram once you dive into your limited beliefs, right? Which is the most important part that you need to fix. And that is again on a subconscious level. So let me know if this kind of makes sense, whatever I have mentioned, because this is what is the issue here. And it will, all of these things, the self-imposed and the limited belief, will definitely come back to you as a mirror principle, where it's all happening inwards and it's showing up on the outer reality. It doesn't matter whether it is your health, your other relationships, your money issues, or your relationship with your twin flame, soulmate, or whoever is your beloved that you have in your life. So this is the thing. And one of the things that does work is self-love. Now, I do have a self-love program, the 21-day self-love program, and there's a reason why this is emphasized a lot in the twin flame community. Because once you start fixing all these issues that you have in your, when it comes to your self-love and your inner well-being, what ends up happening is that it starts to shift everything else. This is very intense. I do suggest everybody to go through my program. I actually have a lot of exercises that do target all of these things that I have mentioned, because like I said, I've designed it in such a way that you guys will get the optimum benefit. And if you have finished my self-love program, I suggest you do it over and over and over again, as much as you can, so that you actually master your own self-love. I cannot emphasize on that more. I can't emphasize on it, to be honest with you, just how important that is. So self-love is really, really huge. Try it and see how life will change, because once you do that, you become a magnet for everything else. Everything else will just kind of, clock in, like it will all fit in like a jigsaw puzzle. Your finances will get better, your health will get better, you will start looking at yourself very differently, and you'll see that your relationships with people and even your twin flame or your soulmate, whoever it is, will just get better and better. So self-love is the mother of all healing. I'm not gonna even lie to you on that. So try that. Another thing that you guys can do is make a list of all the limited beliefs that you may have. And I will actually share mine here, what I have made as a list. See if this is going to make sense to you. Okay. Not allowing fear to control the outcome of my relationship with my twin flame. Not feeling loved by him. Not feeling pursued by him. Not feeling deserving of having a relationship with him. Not feeling ready for a relationship with him. Not feeling he is committed to me, nor me to him. Remember, these are all the limited beliefs, right? So, it's not that that's what it is, but it's what I feel could be the issues here. Not feeling that I can get a guy like that. Fear of being a joke of people around me. And I think this is huge, because it took me, like I said, 6 years to come up with this and put this as something that I am actually, noting here, right? Fear of being a joke of people around me if this relationship with him doesn't follow through and become a reality. I think that's a huge one, because for some of you, you also have that same fear. People around me not believing that he and I will get married and have kids. So this is, again, what that means in actual reality. We don't, nobody knows, right? We all have to just kind of trust what is being shown to us. People think that I am too old to have kids. Could be that too. People think he is not good enough. He is not good enough for me. You must have heard of all of these things, right? So people think I am not good enough for him. People, and the thing is that that's another thing why I say people, because sometimes, it's maybe not your own fear, but sometimes when you're telling about your relationship with other people, deep down you think that this is what they're thinking, right? And especially if it's gone for this long, like in my case, it's gone for 6 years. So, and people always wonder why I haven't moved on, right? Not that I am dying to be with somebody, it's just that I've had other things that I was working on as well. But people will say whatever they want to say, or people will think whatever they want to think. So that's another fear that I think we all have from time to time, when your friends and family think that they know better for you, and you have to just kind of trust that you know better for yourself. People thinking that I am wasting my time with him. People think it's too far-fetched for me to build the life of my dreams with a perfect husband and children. People thinking that he is not in love with me or interested in me. People thinking I can do better than him. So these were my list that I came up with about limited beliefs regarding a relationship, and I have lots as well on finances and stuff like that. I guess I should share this one too. Well, actually, no, I have affirmations is what I have. But if some of you really, really want some affirmations, I can do that for money. I'll tell you what they are. And affirmations do help as well to, create your own affirmations. I have lots of them regarding relationships and as well as money. So this one I will share because I think that this is actually really, really good. This is part of the affirmation part. See if this is something that you guys want. Money flows to me through infinite ways. Money comes to me in more ways than I can spend and pay bills and debt. Money flows easily and effortlessly to me. Money sticks to me. I am lucky with money. I can afford anything I want. So money sticks to me. I am lucky with money. I can afford anything I want. Everything is always working out for me. There is a way to every block. The money I spend comes back to me multiplied. I'm going to make money my. So I heard this through another law of attraction coach, and I thought that this was really, really good. So I'm going to make money my B. And you can imagine what that is. So rewind it if you want to see my lips say. Money likes to be near me. I always get what I want. Money flows to me in multiple ways. Money will come to me in tenfolds. Who am I not to trust? Money comes to me multiplied. Money and I are good friends. I love money and money loves me. So these are some of the positive type of affirmations that you can do. I think that that's really a good way of, sort of reprogramming your mind. Try it and see if that's going to help. I'm not going to go over too many of those, but you can try that. And I also wanted to teach you guys a little bit of an exercise on how to change your limited belief. A lot of these coaches that are out there when it comes to law of attraction, they are all about Neville Goddard. And I didn't realize just how much of Neville's work is being taught by everybody, and even the books that were written. All the law of attraction is actually coming from his, sayings and preachings and stuff like that. So it's something that I would say the YouTube is now getting filled with some of the Neville Goddard stuff. So definitely look through those. That's going to really, really help you guys. Try to get his book, or his Amazon audio file. You guys will do really good with that, I think. And what he talks about is sets. I've kind of briefly touched on it. So how this works is you create a scene, all right? And in your case, if it's something that you guys want to conquer when it comes to fear, you know, list down some of the fears that you have and then create a dialogue scene with somebody that you are talking to. It could be, you know, your coworker or your best friend or your family member, right? You create a scene and it's going to be very, very individualized. I can't tell you what that is. Script it first, write it in a piece of paper. It shouldn't be more than a paragraph. You know, don't write a story, because you need to do this scene in an imaginative scene before you go to bed, just before you fall asleep. You want to do the scene, and then when you wake up. So the whole scene should not take you more than 2 minutes to imagine before you go to bed. You know, you're playing with your subconscious mind, and what you're trying to do is reprogram it. When your subconscious mind is impressed, then what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing lots of validations happening. You'll start dreaming about some of those things, you know, those kind of things. I think that that's the best way of reprogramming it, especially if you're trying to, you know, expedite it. It may take, if you guys are on it, it should take you a few months to do it, where you've actually impressed your subconscious mind. So it wouldn't take that long. It took about a month and a half for me to impress my subconscious mind. And it doesn't matter where your issues are when it comes to not feeling good enough, worthy, or deserving. You have to figure out what that is and then create a dialogue scene with somebody. And then what you want to do is just before going to bed, you know, you are going through that scene. The key thing is that you're not watching the movie, you are actually inside the movie, meaning that you do not want to, you know, be the third person looking at that scene, right, of you and X person talking about your issues. It has to be something that is you know, you actually being inside the movie, and you want to flip it. You want to flip it in a way that is positive, where you've actually overcome all these issues that you are having problems with, right? If, for example, I'll just give you an example. If you are feeling that you're not beautiful enough, and you know, you don't have you know, like a beautiful face, or you know, beautiful hair, beautiful teeth, what you want to do is you want to script it in such a way that you know, you are sitting down with somebody and somebody's complimenting you on all of those things that, you know, is the opposite of what you feel, right? Kind of like that. So you want to make it into a positive way of you know, of your script, so that you are kind of living it in a different way. You've actually flipped it to the opposite, you know, in a positive light. So hopefully this kind of makes sense. I would say if it doesn't, then look at some videos that are on YouTube on sats and see what you want to manifest or what you want to fix in your situation with your fear. But these are some of my take on it and some of my fixes. See if this resonates. And yeah, like I said, this is an individual you know, homework that you need to do. And of course, if you really, really want something very, very specific, then of course you can book a private session with me, a coaching session, and I can actually help you guys script something, and then you can execute it, you know, if that makes sense. So let me know if this is something that made sense to you guys, whether this video was helpful. You know, hit the thumbs up button if you thought that my video was going to help you guys in some way. This was again Twin Flame Union, giving you guys some tips on how to overcome fear. All the best.